every single day that I look at TV, and the reason why I look at linear TV is because I'm in the network business.
Right.
But like AMC always has a documentary about Hitler.
Always.
Always. And he's an interesting character, but I don't believe in nothing he did. But I did want to know, like, what was wrong with this man. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, number one, Hitler was gay. That's number one.
Hold on, Dan. Hold on.
Hitler was gay.
Where did you get this?
All the documentaries. It was a big scandal.
They all say that?
So if you look at it, number one, they'll say that his father used to abuse him because he was an artist and his father was a public official. He was abusing him because he was gay.
Are you reading between the lines?
Right there.
Or
no, I'm gonna get more.
Like...
No, I'll tell you. Oh, so there was a scandal at some point when he was the Fuhrer, after all was said and done, that they said he was gay and maybe he had a thing with some dude or whatever. And then he did this book and just took all these pictures of him being like heterosexual to control that narrative. But he was also a drug addict. So if he had like problem with his sinus,
the whole army were drug addicts.
The whole time this nigga was high.
Yeah.
So he was poor, and his mother was Jewish. He was Jewish. So he's Jewish and he was gay, and he was a drug addict.
What?
And now it all makes sense. And you know, at certain times,
what was the drug that they would?
Everything. So if he had sinus problems, they'd give him coke. You know how Michael Jackson had to do to give him the laughing gas? He had to do to give everybody everything. He always had a doctor on deck to prescribe him shit.
Now I heard that
the day that they attacked Germany, this nigga was on every kind of drug. He was high.
Then so was the army apparently.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, they used to give these guys a form of crack. And that's why the German army was so fierce. They was
because they was high.
They were
but he also used to play with the spacecraft.
Picture mad diesel crackheads just coming.
Hey, yo. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Niggas high as a kite, just murdering everything.
Pause.
That's crazy.
Pause. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna stay with pause. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go with that. Pause. I'm not gonna do
so
that.
You did this research for what reason?
I didn't do the research. I was flipping through the channels.
And then you just saw man.
Yeah, they be having the nigga in pause in black and white, in color. They colorize it. They have there's so many documentaries that they show on television about Hitler every day.
Yeah.
How would you not watch this? Why do they want us watching it? So if someone's saying and like glorifying Hitler, then you shouldn't be mad at that person. You should be mad at the people that are playing the documentaries that are making them glorify, but they play it every day. You know, like I said, I don't agree with none of that shit.
We learned through Kyrie, that's not how it works.
Well, I mean, bottom line is, media has always been meant to control us.
Right.
Always. And the freedom that we have now is scary to people, and that's why they're trying to control the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? It's scary, the fact that a person like any one of us has a platform to say, because of freedom of speech.
And people can choose.
And they can take that, and at any moment they can get the truth or what they can decide. That's how elections are made. Like, so the bottom line is, the way elections are, to me, dictated is a television network goes with whoever they want to win, and then they just make them famous.
Right.
So for me, the reason why, you know, if you look at like Republicans, the last couple of presidents that were Republican, besides the Bushes, and they just knew the game cold, Ronald Reagan was an actor. He was just famous. Donald Trump is just famous. And a lot of people don't pay attention to the details. They just go by what they hear and know every day.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you have actors, billionaires, are all been Republican presidents. And if Fox doesn't back them, it usually doesn't work out for them. You understand? So we've never had our own television network to back one of ours to put dirt, to talk about that person all day long and to make people understand their vision all day long and make them famous. We've never had our own network.
But we have done it through entertainment. Like, I remember going to concerts. I remember going to concerts and seeing rollouts, huge posters of Obama in the middle of the concert.
Okay, so let me tell you about Obama. He's an ill dude.
Right.
He's an ill dude. When he was first running, he had his man from Harvard come and talk to me. And I'd be at the time I was helping out Jim Jones, and he'd be literally in the studio with like Mel Matrix and and it was Obama's people, but he was talking to me about trying to make sure that our people were supporting and actually voting.
Right.
And I didn't know if he was the real deal. So I'm telling this man, I don't know if he's the real deal. So he set it up so I could see Obama in 3 different scenarios. So what you do is you raise the money, but you can't give more than $2,500, right?
Right.
So in a big setting, it might be $50 a plate, but it's a lot of people. Mm-hmm. In a medium setting, it might be, $500 a plate. And then in an intimate setting in somebody's house, it'll be like $2,500 a plate, right, or whatever the number is. I don't remember. But he's also the person that made the legislation so that you can't get but so much money, or someone can't donate more than a certain amount.
Right. Of
and
course.
So the way he arranged it to meet me, because I wanted to meet him, I wanted to see, so they made it where I could go to each one of those settings. And the one where it was $50 a plate, they said, just walk past them and shit, don't even, I walked past him, he gave me a pound and paused in my age, said the almighty Dame Dash, and walked off. I never saw him or spoke to him again after that. But I always met with his advisors. He had women around him, and he was very strategic. Very strategic. There's levels to this shit. Mm. And again, I don't think it's dangerous to talk about it because it wasn't nothing wrong what he did. He just made sure. So like I was the person that could translate. I'm like, yo, he with us. He just gives us little signs like he gonna put a basketball court in the White House or driving up with the Cadillacs and all that. And again, I don't know, for me, when you become president, it means you can't have a color. And every other race is looking for you to lean toward a race, your race. So if you're gonna do something for your people, you gotta be slick about it. And, Andre Leontali was like that at Vogue as well. Like, he just moved different where he would help you, but the rest of the world couldn't know. So you never know how people are helping because you have to do things a certain way in this kind of environment.
Right.
You know what I mean? Do I ever think I should change my delivery so I don't offend people?
No, I'm not asking.
That was my layman's term.
Okay, got you. I don't ever want you to change your delivery.
I know you don't.
I catch flack in here for having the same kind of delivery. The way I talk to artists. How many CDs you threw away today?
You mean be honest?
Basically, but nobody wants to hear that part.
But hold on, dude.
I'm from Queens.
Sir, hold like this. Let me just say,
I'm from South Jamaica.
Sir, it's like this.
I just want to see what this is going to go.
This is a different parallel example.
Thinking of the borough
If we forget the borough thing, because I'm no division,
Never.
because division always divides us and it keeps us stagnant.
Right.
If we on TV and I see that you got like corners or some mayonnaise or some
Mm-hmm.
if I tell you and you get mad at me, you a sucker. But if I tell you and you thank me, then you like, thank you, bro. That's real. There are dudes that get mad because you told them there's mayonnaise on their corners of their mouth on TV.
Like who?
I'm not doing that. I would be one of them.
So who we told? So, all right, because it's gonna confuse the hell out of me. All right, Dame, what
Like
you talking
Vlad.
about?
Dame, you got
Vlad.
something on your corner of your...
You told Vlad. You told Vlad he had mayonnaise. You told Vlad he had mayonnaise on his joint and it went left.
Mm-hmm.
How?
He said, thank you.
I don't want to talk about it.
See, now you don't want to talk about it.
Because I'm not giving nobody that kind of burn. He's in my rear view, but, again, I'm just talking about
Damn,
somebody
you're connected
talks
to
about
so
me.
many situations that.
I've been here for 30, 40 years.
Exactly,
I've been doing it. My
but
run.
just sitting in here,
Like, why is this
skipping
run so
over
long?
topics, not bringing people up and because we don't know if we
Ask
can
a
talk
direct
about.
question. Go ahead.
Okay, you preach unity.
Mm-hmm.
You're directly connected to a legacy of
A lot of
yes, but unified.
Right.
Why did it go left?
It didn't go left.
Okay, it didn't go left.
Why you
sold
think it
it.
went left?
Hold on.
What are you talking about? Rockefeller?
Rockefeller.
I outgrew it.
You outgrew it.
Yeah.
Because you were focused on rock and
Fashion.
roll. Yes.
No, I wanted to
know
do
that.
other shit.
I know that.
I think about it. Like, I didn't want to, listen, I had daughters.
Right.
I didn't want to be around dudes all day.
Right.
I'm sick of that.
Right.
I wanted to be around things that were like different. Like I listen to rock and roll because the street is traumatizing to me, bro.
Right.
This is real. These are my homeboys. You know what I'm saying? This shit is real. This is the shit you read about. I'm not proud. Like, oh, it's not tough to me. It's like, yo, I want to sit on a beach and chill out.
Right.
I'm not gonna just enjoy my life because the thing about it is, that life was taking me away from my daughters. I wanted to be a father. My dream was to have a family. My dream was not to be in. I wanted to break a cycle. I didn't want to have a dysfunctional fucking family. I wanted to fucking really raise a child and play with a baby.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. That shit is corny.
But
if you ain't worried about your children and your house, you whack to me, bro. You know what I mean? When you worried about what other niggas think about you before what your kids think about you, you're a fucking cornball.
Right.
But now, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm gonna stay the fuck away from you.
But now look, you see how you have to double back now.
I have to double back at all.
No, you're doubling back talking to these kids in these schools and the kids in jail.
Yeah, because they need us.
Right.
I can't forget about it.
Because the example's missing, right?
Because
no
they
example.
need the truth. They need to know exactly the program they in, and I need to make sure that I articulate in a way that doesn't trigger them.
Right.
Yeah.
So the approach does matter.
To the children.
You articulate
I just said to bitch ass niggas it don't.
No, I got that.
So then why you asking me? The kids is cool.
I'm clarifying.
The kids, listen, I'm gonna talk to the people I respect with respect. But if you a bitch ass nigga, I'm fucking your wife.
I was glad I never had that problem.
Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yo, I ain't gonna fuck your wife. But
if you're a bitch ass nigga,
if you're a bitch ass nigga, I'm gonna let you know you're a bitch ass nigga.
Two things. One, I wasn't asking, I was clarifying.
I get it. I'm not, bro. I fuck with you.
I'm
my nigga.
I need to. Right.
I know what you're doing.
Right. Two.
That's why I'm answering.
Right. And
Now you know me. If I thought that it was different, I would have put it on you. Pause. Like I don't feel that. You feel me? I'd have directed. You know, I don't feel that way. I know what you're doing.
Right.
I don't mind answering these questions. I like them.
I'm glad.
What?
Let me before I lose my place.
Or else I'd be a bitch ass nigga.
Before I lose my place. So, the perception of why Rockefeller ended is different. You're aware of this.
It's because Jay did what he did. He didn't want to pay 3 niggas. He made a move on his friends. It is what it is, bro. I don't want to talk about that.
No. All I'm saying is the perception of why Rockefeller ended is not that Dame Dash wanted to move on and do something different. That's not, I believe you, that's not the perception.
Who cares?
But you're aware of that.
Nigga, sometimes you got to Machiavelli yourself to be left alone.
Interesting. So then DD 172 happened.
Absolutely.
But
How much fun was that?
But it was a ball.
Changed the whole world.
It was a ball. I'm still mad at Ski.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm still mad at Ski.
I'm mad at
But
a lot of people, but it's all good.
it should have went way different than it was.
It's all good.
But the art galleries,
was beautiful.
opening all that,
Most fun I ever had, bro. It was great.
and you stopped.
Yeah.
Why?
I got too old to be watching niggas. I wanted to go raise my... What happened was my daughters moved to... first of all, they ran me out of there. So what happened was we in Tribeca, and I'm throwing art gallery open, and there'd be like 1,000 people in the street. Police was cool. So one time we threw an art gallery open, and it was for like a Japanese earthquake. It wasn't a lot of people. And I wasn't even going to go to this shit. But I decided to go, and the white shirt, the captain, the hip-hop police, they was outside. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I go out there, and they like, the hip-hop police nigga pulled me to the side. He was like, this call came from the mayor. Somebody over here don't like you, and he cool with the mayor. I suggest you get out of here. We was doing a Japanese fucking, art exhibit, and the white shirt nigga was Japanese. And he was like, if you don't cut this shit down, whatever's going on in there illegal, I'm arresting you. So I shut the shit down and walked everybody out. And I paid heed to that shit. So I shut the shit down. I went to Puerto Rico, and I'm telling everybody in DD1, they're not used to that shit. So I'm like, yo, we shutting down. The police, we hot. And they thinking it's funny and shit. But I shut that shit down. I went to Puerto Rico, came back, went to Brooklyn for a little while, got a penthouse and shit, a couple places, me and Ski. And then I went and got a gallery in the Lower East Side. I called it Poppies. But I went back around to DD 172, and that shit was all taped up. And you could Google it. meaning the feds had ran in there and shit like that. Pasted, they were saying I was selling illegal liquor. You could Google it. It came out. So I was right. So I had to shut it down because it got too hot. And then when I went to Poppington, you know, shit was popping and shit. You know, then we all reconnected. But my daughters moved to LA, and they come first. So I just shut everything down, went to
Moved to
LA.
LA.
But then I opened up shop in LA, and I had, you know, Dame Dash Studios in Burbank, and it's still there. And now I just opened up in Florida. So for me, it's like a club. Like the first time you go to the club, the shit is fly. The second time it's fly, but not as fly. And after a month or two, that that shit gets garbage. I need to be inspired. I need to change the scenery. I like to like I said, I like to run around the world. Really, what happened was also when we did the Breakfast Club, I was too hot. All of a sudden, I had warrants, so I broke out. That was I had a dream, bro. I was waking people up. But I'm not going to be Jesus and be hanging on the cross. If I already saw that Jesus had to hang on the cross, or Yeshua. So I already know the truth teller gets betrayed. They gave us a blueprint of what it looks like when you tell the truth. Everybody betrays you. So I know, like, then I'm just going to be out of there. And I'll just go disrupt another town. You feel me? You know, I don't think that I'm Lotto. I look at history and how it repeats. And I'm not going to be a victim. I know what happens to the good guy. All the bad guys try to make him look like a bad guy. You know, telling the truth to survive comes with strength.
Yeah.
You cannot be a sucker. You cannot not know how to fight if you're going to fight. A superhero cannot be soft, but you got to fight the right fight. And I fight for love. I don't care about money. Money is too easy to make, and it's man-made. God made love, so that's the currency that I hustle for, and that's what makes me feel the best. But also, I wanted to say thank you. I saw Vlad was trying to always talk shit about me again. I don't know what he's so butthurt because I had to check him, you know what I'm saying, a couple times. And
You guys make up one day.
whatever. I don't like the questions he asks people. I think they get people in trouble. And I think he's conscious of when he asks those questions that they could get people in trouble. But either way.
Okay, no.
I don't wanna even
Because
give
at the same time, I have to refute this because if I'm going to be around Vlad, now it's going to look like I'm the guy around the guy that
Who
asks
gives
the
a
weird
fuck?
questions. Not that
He asked you some weird questions about me, and you were like, you told the truth. The question is, my question to him is, why you keep asking questions about Damon so much? Why am I so important? You know, because to me,
you're Dame Dash.
yeah, but also to me, like, if I'm like a policeman or a Fed, I'm looking at every Vlad show. If I was a Fed, I'd look at every show.
Well,
Right.
apparently the feds watch all of our
So
shows.
every time he says my name, he got the Feds fucking hearing my name. That bothers me. Yeah, you don't bother you. He ain't doing that to you.
No, but okay. Boosie came on my show,
Okay.
and Boosie was like, "Look, I keep it 100 across the board. I don't lie about nothing. I'm always about the truth." And jokingly, I said to him, I said, "Boosie, you can't keep it real in every situation." And he was like, "Try me." I'm like, "You riding in the car." This is me not even thinking, "Oh, this nigga got a gun case right now." You riding in the car, police pull you over.
Oh, yeah, and I got him
you
jammed
gonna
up.
tell niggas?
Right.
And then he broke down a scenario. Of course, it's the old school thing, like youngest in the car, whatever. But he generalized it. However, the feds tried to use that in his bail hearing.
So the Feds are watching you too?
Yeah, they're watching me too.
Yeah. But you don't bring my name up in every fucking interview. He does.
Right.
For no
And
reason.
everyone?
I mean, every time because I don't look at Vlad, but people send it to me. So yeah, it's a lot of interviews that he shouldn't be bringing my name up. I have nothing to do with the person he's asking, and he's always asking their opinion on me. So to me, it's just to make me hot. I don't know why, but anytime that, to me, to whoever on that show,
Look,
is to make you are being watched by the Feds. Period.
there's
That's a fact, right? If you're on that show, the Feds have seen you.
Because now I
If
gotta
you're a
say
fe-
it's the same thing with me.
Then it might be. Now,
I think that once you started putting RICO cases on entertainers,
bro, you know,
we all started
everybody.
getting
I'm
watched.
watching a lot of people talk reckless on microphones lately.
The police don't even have to go undercover or anything. Everyone gets on the microphone and they're starting to talk about their business. And, you know, I wouldn't do that. That's all. That's just me. Like, you know, for me, and again, I'm not talking about nothing or doing anything where the police should be on my head on any level. So I'm like, why would that platform keep bringing me up if they're not trying to make me hot?
But if you're not doing nothing, then
Right.
you can't get hot.
You're bugging. They can accuse you of doing things you're not doing all the time. They could always paint and frame a picture. If someone's not watching, then now they are. It doesn't matter.
Well, for the record, for the people that don't know.
I put it like this. I have PTSD. So feds and all that shit, based on what I've seen them do with my friends and all that other shit, I ain't mad at the feds, but I don't want them talking about me in the same conversation that you're talking about other criminals.
Right.
So I want them to talk about me when it comes to education. Why you don't ask you, what about Damon going to the schools? What about all the education and the books that Dame sold? Why he never ask you about that? Why you don't ask you about the OSG, the principles, and all the jail reform and the vegan shit? Why the dumb shit?
But you gotta admit, they ain't like, there's a lot of platforms that don't ask about stuff like that.
But he's asking about me. Right. I'm saying a lot of platforms don't ask about me all the time. So if you're gonna ask about me, why only say one thing consistently, not say everything? Why you only bringing up one thing that's bullshit? Like someone's opinion, another man's opinion of another man is not the question that I think another man should be asking. On a platform that the police look at daily.
Well,
stop saying,
I can say this.
Just stop saying my name. Just leave me the fuck alone. That's all. Period.
I think you guys should have a sit down, man.
I don't sit down for what? So the police could be there? Yo, anytime someone that I don't think, you know, is comfortable around tough people, that I don't think is so tough, I think that they have the police behind them. Period. I think he could blow a whistle at any time and they're gonna jump out. I think, whoo, he has that whistle. There's a couple of people I think that do.
Well, then you gotta, okay, so we're talking about security?
No, the police whistle. Like, yo, you know when niggas is undercover, they come out in the van and be like, ooh, SWAT teams and shit? I think he got the SWAT team whistle.
It's usually like a phrase or word, like, it's so happy to see you, and then everybody.
I think he got the SWAT team whistle.
I don't think so. I know personally, Vlad has lawyered up to keep footage away from the feds.
That's what I would do too, bro, if I wanted people not to think I was a fed.
Is it true that you're really the creator of Pause?
Yes, that's 100% my crew, the best out. So, you know, yes.
We play that game
all day.
All day, every day.
All day.
The thing about that game was it wasn't meant for nobody to know. So we never told anybody. But why y'all say pause? You'd have to figure it out. And then once you figured it out, it was the funniest shit in the world. And you know, sometimes people be like, God damn, I'm actually, I knew that Rockefeller was over when they stopped playing pause. Like they, you know, the other side was like kind of like, we don't do that no more. We grown, and it was like, it's over. I promise you.
I remember that interview and Bleak was like, I'm still playing.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, and I was like, well, no more collar shirts, you know, and it was over.
Right.
Bink said he don't do that no more. Just think about Binks all day when niggas.
Who said that?
Binks.
No, see,
Bink.
I'm not even, because I saw Bink in Virginia. I know you saw my grandma. I was like, what's that you talking? You don't, they used to get back at me. That's I don't know what he's talking about.
You checked it.
Yes, and I did it on the gram, and everyone, no, they wasn't there. It was in Virginia. It was recently,
Right.
and I seen he was like, "Would somebody hit you?" And I saw it on the feed, you know. And I was like, "Why you know?" But I'm not going to get into that. But if he did have that statistic, someone else would have spoke about it as well. Like, yo, Bink heated Dame up. That would be legendary. So I was like, just refresh my memory.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, but Bink is cool. Shout out to Bink.
Yeah, shout out to Bink.
Cool, yeah, for sure. Everybody has their ways. You can't judge them for ways.
Right.
They got to judge themselves for that and get over that. And so Bink is my man.
Right.
Well, thank you for creating the pause game because we play that shit all day.
So
That's right.
I don't know if that's a thankable thing.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
Y'all are
is.
ridiculous.
Yes, it
You
is.
got to be mindful of what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It keeps
right.
you sharp.
Nah,
What we do is we do things like brain games. You know what I mean? Like it just keeps you on point. Because back in the jungle, you just really had to really know and be aware.
Yeah.
And again, not to give him the alley-oop, but I was talking to Lou the other day because we writing Honor Up Part 2 and Paid in Full Part 2.
Right.
And I'm like, what was the root of how, where you were, how you were surviving so well in the street the way you were?
Right.
And he was like, Cagney movies, James Cagney movies. I thought that if there was a white superhero, there should be a black one. And I'm like, that's all this time you've been channeling James Cagney? I said, but what made you think you could do that? And he was like, I had, his family was already like that. So he was taught things. So a lot of situations that had happened in the street to other people hadn't happened to him, which is why he's still here, because he had guidance. He had a roadmap on how to survive.
Right.
So even as a young man, he had older knowledge. Right. You know what I mean? So you do anything the first time, you do it badly. No matter what it is, whether it's building a house or a pack or whatever it is, the first time you do anything, you could never think it's going to be the best time. It's going to be the worst time.
Not always.
Most times.
Not always.
Algorithm-wise.
Yeah.
Nothing is always, bro.
Yeah.
There's always a not always in everything.
Right.
But generally speaking. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like everything I've done for the first time, I fucked up a lot of bread, but I looked at it as a learning experience.
Right.
So you can't expect someone to go out and do something illegal without guidance, without getting caught. So there's some people I know that done everything and never went to jail. And there's some people I know that in 2 minutes, they got 20 years. It's not for everybody, but you can't do anything without a roadmap, or you do anything better with guidance.
Right. What kept you out of jail?
I didn't start out in the place where I had to hustle, and I was clear. Like I've always had an opinion. So again, when people were doing things that I thought could stop me from having girls and things like that, I'd be like, yo, y'all bugging, for real. And we would laugh and we would joke, but we were always very honest. And honestly, what stopped me from going to jail was my OG. So like Daniel and Lou, there would be situations where it would get serious. And I'd be like, I'm ready to throw on my black Nike Airs. And they'd be like, you stay back. And I would be like, these niggas must think I'm soft. Yeah. Seriously, I thought this
that's
till,
the feeling. Yeah.
So I didn't see Daniel for 25 years. The scene's in Honor Up. So we had this conversation. It was so deep that I said, just run the cameras. Let's just talk about this again. And I was like, why you ain't let me do whatever when y'all was doing whatever? He was like, yo, you wasn't meant for that. I knew you had a future.